In marketing, and I don't want to pretend like this never happens because it does, but
Mm.
why isn't marketing built on that? On like athletes being a little bit more humanized. And that's what that I'm kind of still sticking with Wimby here.
Yeah.
Like, do you think we would get a play on him being the loser of the NBA finals more? Because sometimes it feels like they kind of shy away from it versus
Yeah.
when you were the winner.
Yeah, I agree. One of the things I'm obsessed with is building a loss asset. So this is like industry jargon, but a win asset is basically a win ad. Okay. So like a win advertisement. So the one that the New York City one, when the Knicks won and the kid's running through the streets and or the young man, and then he sees the parade and you have the line like, I don't know, never stop dreaming or something. Anyway, I don't remember what it was, but like, that's a win ad, and that's what people love from Nike. It is getting much harder to differentiate yourself because everybody is creating a win ad, like ESPN and House of Highlights and Bleacher Report, and I was dealing with that when I was still at Nike. Now, you have these AI creators who are,
Mhm.
like, making AI ads, which I've done videos on, which are, like, sometimes they're really good. Most of them are trash, but some of them are really compelling and really good. So that's tough to differentiate, but I believe, and it's just hard because industry stuff, but I believe your athlete would appreciate you supporting them in their losses i- and would help strengthen the long-term relationship. Because like, okay, so we're referencing Tiger. I think
Yes.
Tiger by the end of his career with Nike, and you see this like when you work in the industry long enough, it's always what have you done for me lately? And no matter how much you want to talk about family and we're together and I've been riding with like the nature of the business is if you win, you're gonna get more attention and you're gonna get more support. And so, like, I mean, bad example, but Texas Tech, right? I happen to I like Texas Tech. There's a lot of programs I like, but like Brendan Sorsby and the quarterback thing. I know we're more focused on basketball here, but
No,
like
no, we love sports.
that.
You good.
Okay, well, that situation I think has reveals something about sports where they just took a massive PR hit. They just took fire from every other university. Like, not a single person on earth thought Brendan Sorsby should be eligible to play quarterback, except for Texas Tech, because they are heavily invested in like he is really good at football, and they need him and want him to play. And so I say this to say, in the business of like marketing, when you're really good at something, we're willing to like overlook things, and you're just going to get a ton of support, so like you can be on bad behavior, but if you're good, we're gonna make a way. Like, I always use Deshaun Watson, who I think is a tragedy. Unfortunately, uh, was a charming guy, won a national championship, has all of the makings to be like the future face of the league. Faces multiple sexual assault charges. The Cleveland Browns made him the highest paid quarterback in the NFL, while he had
Mhm.
26 civil sexual assault cases. And I'm like diverting here a little bit, but it basically to say when you're good, you're going to get a ton of attention and you're going to get a ton of outs and you can get away with the behavior. When you're not and you're not performing well, then it's like, okay, that behavior, no, we're not going to support that. Oh, okay, we're not going to create advertisements around you. When you're good, oh, you need the new Travis Scott release, you need whatever. Like, oh, yeah, we got you. Bet. You don't even have to ask. That stuff will show up on your doorstep. If you're like, not good and you're not performing well, yeah, maybe you have to ask a little harder or like you're not hearing from your reps as much. And so I think somebody like Tiger Woods by the end of his career was kind of like, man, I'm tired of the yo-yo with y'all, because rightfully so, Nike has to distance from him when he's behaving poorly and losing.
Yeah.
When he's behaving poorly and winning, nobody really cares as much. But um I say all this to say, Pierre, I've gone on a whole
No, I
tangent.
love it. This
I
is what we
believe that athletes I believe that as a brand, we should support our athletes when they lose. And there is one of my favorite advertisements of all time is Oregon when they lost the national championship to Auburn. There was an image that showed the Oregon Ducks in their very cool uniforms, and it was a helmet down with the O on the side, and it said, uh, "Everyone plays the game, few change them." And it's like it was just showing that like Oregon changed the game with their like uniforms and their
Mhm.
speed and all this. And I thought that's a great example of a lost asset. Now, in that game, they were going up against Under Armour, so they had no win asset that they had to
Right.
compete, right? So, like, it's easier to do when you have that, or like, say, for example, Shea versus Ant-Man, like if you have, or like Wimby versus Ant, we've seen those dynamics play out a little bit. Um, and it's tough for Nike because in the win, they need to then celebrate Brunson. They need to celebrate the Knicks. I also think there should be like something that's I don't know what the line would be. Something about the alien, but like just because you see like anyway, I don't have the creative line right now, but something about like he'll be back.
Yeah.
Like that just because the spaceship goes up and it's like he's going to get reinforcements or something.
Mm,
Like he'll be back stronger. Um, why do they not do that? There are like tactical things. Look, they don't want to talk to you when they're done, and they do have to like approve things. Their agents need to approve things.
okay.
So like Nike can't just create an ad and put it out. That has to go to his agent. A lot of times the agent is then going to show it to the athlete and get sign off. Sometimes the agent has full approval to do that, but it's always going to go to his people and he's going to have to look at it. It's just functionally kind of hard to get access to him after
Mhm.
he's lost. He doesn't want to talk to people. So those are some of the like deep reasons. And then sometimes that agent represents multiple athletes. So I've had a situation where, we created some great shit, basically like talking shit to another rival player. And unfortunately, that agent represented the rival player too. So
Ah,
we have to soften the message. So a lot of people don't understand sometimes all the nuances of why would you not do X, Y, or Z? I promise you, a lot of times the company is thinking about that, but there are like just tactical things that prevent you that you would never possibly imagine.
Hit subscribe for more news, highlights, and analysis from the NBA on NBC.